So it seems the situation in Index Season 3 is a lot more complex than I gave it credit for. Like, first I thought I knew everything about the entire war between their church and Academy City, but I was clearly wrong about the whole entire thing. Especially the reason why the church, more like Rome in France, are completely discriminating on Academy City. I thought it was just because of the ideals between magic and science, but goes even deeper than that. They're being misled by very bad propaganda. In this episode of Index Season 3, Episode 2. Okay, so Tomo runs into a very familiar face in this episode. I didn't know who she was at first. I'm like, who is this character? She feels familiar. You know, she's shy, but yet she's the only one who doesn't hit Tomo when he's caught in an etchy moment. Until I saw the towel. The towel, that's right. It took a towel for me to remember this girl. Like, oh yeah, that's right. You're the one from season 2 when he was helping the nuns out. And she had the towels, and every time she was around Toma, she would always offer him a towel every time. But she didn't get a chance to offer him to him this episode because he already had a napkin. So yeah. Like, yeah, I remember you. Her name was Itsuwa, and she's the girl that pretty much carries the trident staff. She's very skilled. She may act shy and clumsy, but she is a very useful companion nonetheless. So in her save him, I swear. And speaking of this, Toma. The only reason why, one of the main reasons why you keep getting hit by girls is because you keep calling out their edgy moments. If you've been watching Index as much as I have, you know, as most of the time Toma gets hit by girls is because he's always saying, hey, your panties are showing, or there's the water is showing your breast off and stuff like that. Toma, take it from me. Don't say anything. Just say, please change your clothes, and that's it. Don't say nothing else. It will decrease your chance of getting hit. And I guess the reason why Toma gets hit so much, because he's always just calling that out. You gotta stop doing that, my friend. You gotta stop. So Toma is in Rome, pretty much. And turns out there's been this thing between the Orthodox Church and the Roman Church, well, the French Church, where they're trying to gain control of Document C. Document C isn't just a thing that the Pope uses to declare his rule over Rome, but also is much deeper than that. It is to deal with the pipelines that are within Rome, and France have control of Document C, however. So it's up to Toma and Izuwa to destroy the pipelines before it's too late. Because the situation is already bad as it is. If you don't know, in most foreign countries, they're extremely traditional and religious, unlike America. Here in America, you know, we don't much value tradition, culture, or even religion anymore like we used to. Most of us don't even care about that. It's more of our amendments and Declaration of Independence what we care about more than anything else here in America. But in other countries, it's completely different. Religion and culture goes above all else there. So when you mess with that stuff, of course, they'll riot. And it seems what's been going on is the church has been manipulating things from the scene where they want to crush Academy City for their own personal vendetta. And by doing that, they have been trying to rile up their people using, you know, fake news to make Academy City look like the bad guys. And that's pretty wrong. So what they need to do is find a way to stop Document C having control over Baton. So, yes, you could say Toma could use his right hand, but however, the power apparently was come from the right seat of God. So, they don't think that his right hand will be enough to destroy the power, but instead that's why Issa was there, is to create a demolition technique in order to destroy the pipelines within the city. So, however, this is kind of out of hand and extreme, one could say, especially when they're inside a cafe, they're trying to talk, explain about the situation, until protesters, like, I'm dead serious, these foreign countries when it comes to protesting, it is nothing like in America. These people will get extremely violent, people will lose their life, and get very injured, like dire injuries in these countries, and they have no regard for bystanders. And that's one of the things that Toma pointed out in this episode, is how it doesn't matter who's the enemy of the day, because the people who get hurt the most are the bystanders. People who have nothing to do with this, they don't know what's going on. For instance, there's a kid and his mom were inside a cafe, and they're just running over them without even second thought because they're so foolishly blinded with rage for something they don't need to be mad about because they're being tricked by their own higher ups, which is messed up. And I could say the same thing happens for our country as well, but it's even worse over there because they don't have the amount of resources we got to look things up on our own to see what is true or not. So the entire situation is just completely terrible. You know, how some higher ups in other countries would just take their people and manipulate them to do their own personal goal. It's disgusting, one could say. So that's the reason why Toma is more than eager than anything to finish his mission as soon as possible. Now, there's also another conversation that was happening within a prison area where Stale was interrogating 2 former bad guys from season 2. And apparently it has something to do with finding a loophole around the original sin. If you don't know what the original sin is when Adam and Eve ate the fruit of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. And because of that original sin has been carrying out through us humans forever. Except for there was an exception, which was Mother Mary. Mother Mary herself was cleared from the sin to give birth to the Son of God. So because of that, by following the origin of Christianity, you yourself will be relieved of this original sin as well. So however, they're trying to find a loophole around it for those who don't want to do that. And they're using the power of the right seat of God to do it. And speaking of the right seat of God, towards the very end, we have a very interesting character, another one of them, which is Terra of the left. We did face one of these seats of God before in near the end, actually at the very end of season 2, where she had that, she was able to create whirlwinds and stuff like that. She had power over wind. This one, name states, is Terra, Earth. And it's just something to do with matter, in a way. You see, as he was fighting, he was able to go through walls with ease. So, of course, it's matter. So is it him going through the walls, or he's just making the Earth itself, the Earth matter, more, for him to go through? More penetrable, you could say. So, yeah. There's also his powers are unique, too. It seems like he's gathering up dust, and he's making it so thin that he can use it as a sword to swipe people with. That's what I believe was going on, because after all, his name is Terra and everything like that. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I have not read the light novels or anything like that. I only Wikipedia main important parts of certain characters. So I don't have all the full information. Besides, when I did do that, that was years ago. Like I said, I've been waiting years for Index Season 3 to come out. And the fact that I'm even reviewing it, it just still seemed like a dream to me. Because I did say one day Season 3 would come out, but now that it's here, it feels like it never left. It still feels the way it does. That many shows can do that. A show that's been gone for such a long time, and then for it to come back, and no changes to it rather. I guess there are probably a new voice actors and stuff like that. Kawada Mamimi is gone and stuff, but the intro is still good nonetheless. But with that, I gotta say, I am very glad to see this series back. And to see, of course, Railgun Season 3 and Accelerator having its own anime as well, as I did mention before in last week's video. So I am just pleased. It's a treat to me, a privilege to review Index to you guys. It's a very good series. I love the way it does between the magic and the science, with religion and logic colliding together and finding some equal common ground to live in peace, because all this fighting away is useless. It's not getting us anywhere. All it is just a matter of opinions trying to say they are right, which is no need for that. You live the peace. So anyways, with that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, please rate, comment, subscribe if you did. And I have been Madcrownxox, and I'm signing out. Have a good one.